All right, family. We black once again. It's on. The General Sarah Seti is in the house. Y'all know we got that fire today. Y'all know we got it. So stay tuned and don't you turn off this station for nothing in the world. Get over there to Patreon. We got some fire up there for you. The most popular Patreon page on the planet by far. 500 exclusive live streams. Get over there today. Get that work. I know you want it. KingSeti.com online marketplace, official General Seti products, t-shirts, hoodies, DVDs, African and Kemetic jewelry. We got it for you, family. Get over there, check the General out. Make sure you check out our exclusive videos right here on General Seti, Sarasu Seti YouTube page. We stacking them up, family. It's extracurricular advanced teaching. You're not going to want to miss it. Make sure you get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it, share it with your family and friends, and comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because you will get banned. Here we go, family. We talking about today why certain African nations owe foundational African Americans reparations. You see what I'm saying? We want all our paper. You see what I'm saying? We want all that, you know, coming to us. We not letting know if your hands was on the table as far as committing a crime, if you was at the table of criminality, selling our ancestors, stealing their land, taking their wealth, selling their bodies, brutalizing them, we are owed reparations, not only in the form of economics, but also land. You see what I'm saying? We need land. Because why do we say this? And that's why, for many people, you see, we got to stress the fact that some people just don't want to be goddamn African. You see what I'm saying? That's okay, nigga. You ain't got to be. Mentally, something, and it is what it is. And a lot of them niggas over there on the continent ain't African. Them niggas been cloned and goddamn, shook up in a vial some goddamn where too. You understand what I'm saying? Mentally decrepit niggas. You see, mentally decrepit. I don't listen to no nigga where white Jesus is their God. Anytime I see a nigga and they worship white Jesus, it's time to go the other way. Ain't nothing that the motherfucker could say to me, because I already know, nigga, you detached from the universe. First and foremost, you got the image of your colonizer as your deity. So it ain't nothing, goddamn it, you can say to me anyway. So you can go and get in the same here. You see what I'm saying? The same here. We looking at these mental psychosis going on. You see what I'm saying? Because all these arguments is about, the term black and African and this, that, and the third, but they all got a white Jesus. Ain't no argument about white Jesus. They love white Jesus. They argue about something, pertaining themselves. But when it comes to that Neanderthal, they ain't got no problem. Soon as they see that white Jesus, them niggas go get the bowing down. You just get the whooping and hollering, Jesus died for me. Jesus, right over here. Yeah. Yeah. So we own these niggas and we want to explain, but we must, and let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. Just so y'all know, I love this. I love this. Being able to, because like I say, the general put in work. You feel what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna show y'all. Let me share my screen so y'all can see for your motherfucking self. You see, nigga, y'all niggas is late in the game. Half of this shit you niggas talking about has already been talked about. I'm gonna show you. You understand? Or even older. I got videos even older than these. You see this right here on General Seti YouTube page over 6 years ago. What does it say? Do certain African nations owe blacks in America reparations? You see what I'm saying? So this was over 6 years ago. So we've been discussing this information for a while now. We don't want niggas to believe that somehow that they just popped up out of a genie lamp and that they the only one that been discussing this information. We've been discussing. I can go in here and talk about discussing the land shit. You see what I'm saying? For 10 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So we just want to make sure that we emphasize that we've been on the ground spitting this truth for a very long time. Now, y'all niggas ain't bringing nothing new to the table. So I just want y'all to know that. And so what we understand is, you see what I'm saying, that our ancestors that were sold into slavery, when they left Africa, they had wealth. You see, just no different than the ones that was here. You see, on both sides. You see what I'm saying? There was horrific crimes that took place on both sides of the Atlantic. You see, and many of our African ancestors that were kidnapped and forced to these lands, you see, they had wealth on the other side of the Atlantic. That's why most of these niggas out there, especially a lot of the ones over there that talk greasy, not the ones that don't talk greasy, they very well may be of that frequency that sold our ancestors. We have to understand that. You see, our identifying with African has nothing to do with us. You understand what I'm saying? We are not beholding to nobody in Africa. We only beholden to our ancestors that came here. You see, that's our Africanism. We don't owe nobody shit. And so I've always said that. We don't owe nobody shit. So for everybody out there think that all Pan-African is somehow, no, sir. We deal with everything on an individual basis, and anybody can get it. You see what I'm saying? I've already and have stated that 1,001 times. If I feel like, and that's the way I feel, when I feel that frequency and people talking greasy, we're not beholden it to them. They don't own the land. Somebody, you understand, they know that their time coming any motherfucking way. You see what I'm saying? Because if you got enough nerve to know that you had your ancestors had their hands in on our demise, then you already know. So that very well may be where that some of that energy is coming from. And as a global African supremacist, I understand that. I'm no fool. You see what I'm saying? We're not fools. We didn't discuss this time and time again. You see what I'm saying? The fact that, and why do I say this, and why I stress this, to get to the core of what the fuck the real problem is. You see what I'm saying? Because it ain't what these niggas say it is. Because you understand what I'm saying? Damn near everything that they speak about, we've already spoken about. Most Pan-Africans from America, you see what I'm saying, is about the national identity. You see what I'm saying? Making sure that those of us who, you understand, built this nation, that we are identified separate from anybody else. That should happen. There's no argument about that. You see, nobody should come over here and claim our birthright. Hell no. Not that, and we done already lost our birthright in Africa. You think you're gonna come over here? No, that's not what we saying. So we identify and we recognize that that's a must, that happens. I have no problem, and you understand, and I feel that that's necessary. You see, I feel that that's necessary so that we get what's ours if it comes. You see, like I said, if it comes, we about reparations. This movement for reparations is not owned by FBA. Stop the nonsense. Black Power and Pan-African has been fighting for reparations, goddamn it, since we've been over here. Okay, so now you want to get in on it, that's all right. You're entitled to get in on it. But just because now you're not the only one that's been out here on the ground fighting for reparations. You see what I'm saying? So let's stop this shit. So we're about the reparation. We're about a national identity for our people here in this land. You see, the problem is, what it comes down is this African. You see, that you don't want to deal with Africa. And anytime you deal with Africa, you go get some flip-flop nigga and say, this is Africa. Just like, most motherfuckers in the world, when they want to identify Black American, they go get some nigga with his pants hanging down and, nigga out there selling on the corner, selling dope, and identify all Black Americans by some dusty nigga out there on the corner selling dope to his people. You see what I'm saying? So all black Americans are drug dealers. And you understand what I'm saying? And we like, well, what the fuck? We out here making moves. Why all black Americans is so, and it's the same with, what these people around the world have done to us over in black America by, saying that, and identifying us all by the lowest of our community, identifying us all by the lowest of our community. This is exactly what the foundational Negro Americans is doing with Africa, or the Pan-African movement, because really nobody in Africa, this is an ideology, you understand what I'm saying, that we know that's only going to be practiced with an elite mind. It ain't going to be the low mind. Just like you ain't going to get most niggas over here. You understand what I'm saying? Only if you try to trick them with a check. If you understand, if you trick them with a check, they'll do it. That's just that's just like when you come with the politicians. You trick them with a check, they'll vote for you. Soon as that vote over and they get the paper, they back doing what the fuck they do. So, all that money shit don't mean nothing. I know how niggas operate. Anytime it's a check, niggas ready to sign up for it. So that's what it is. You see what I'm saying? But soon as that month, once they find out the check ain't coming, them niggas gone. You see what I'm saying? Movement over with. Soon as they say, oh man, don't be no check, motherfuckers gonna be gone. That's just how it go. You see what I'm saying? That's just how it goes. So we understand that. And so we stressing that, our people are owed reparations by certain nations in Africa. Are we gonna get it? Probably not. But see, you owe me. You see what I'm saying? You owe me in the frequency. You don't know what portals will open up in the future. Because motherfuckers think they can be greasy and it don't come back on their ass. You feel me? Motherfuckers, all that talking, because they know. You see, they can talk all they want. We don't care about them motherfuckers over there with white Jesus everywhere. I have absolutely no respect for no motherfucker, especially as dark as they is, with no goddamn white Jesus. You already know their mind has been bleached. Right there. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what's coming out of a nigga mouth. Most of the time, I look for key indicators. I look for a motherfucker God. I got to see your God. Why niggas ain't talking about their gods? You see what I'm saying? Because they know. If you put our peoples out there on the ground and they go around and follow and see what these niggas worship at, I guarantee you, nigga, you can go in there, nigga, and you open up them scriptures and shit, and you look in there, and you will see that white Jesus in there. You see what I'm saying? I already know. If these niggas is Catholics, I see the cross. I already know. And see, this is the trip shit, because that show you why we, not the niggas over there, they don't get off into the sciences of the Nile Valley like we did. Them Christians. Them goddamn Christians. One of the things key about Pan-Africanism, most of the Pan-Africanism is into Nile Valley studies. Period. That's the way I see it. I don't know nothing about, some of you niggas, but see, even there. See, and I used to say, when niggas get to doing other shit, I'm Nile Valley. You see what I'm saying? I first, that's my foundation. You see, because I know it's the mother. I don't play no games. You feel what I'm saying? I know. I don't play games with them niggas. You see, they don't play games with me neither. I'll tighten their ass up. That's why I stay in the Nile Valley. You see what I'm saying? And then I attach all other cultures to the Nile Valley. You see what I'm saying? And let them niggas know. Make them bow down. You feel what I'm saying? I make their ass bow down. I don't go to them like, oh, you don't know shit. You don't know shit. You still running around with the white man's ideologies. Majority of them. You see what I'm saying? Majority of them around the world. So niggas can say whatever they want. Ask them, where you worship at, nigga? And then you'll start getting into that psycho. You need to know that. Because niggas talking about we link together. That motherfucker got that white God. Nigga be around the corner with the man, you understand, working deals and shit. You have to know that. He see that man as his deity. He'll be right around the corner, working deals with him. How you gonna be black, but you worship white? You understand what I'm saying? That's key for me. You know what I'm saying? That's very key to me. And so I know what's going on in the motherland. You see what I'm saying? But see, I don't come like no beggar nigga. I don't come with no. I come like a conquering lion. You see what I'm saying? I come with the science. You understand what I'm saying? To let family know I'm not about no games with you niggas. You see what I'm saying? Take your ass on over there with that white man. That's what you do. Don't tell me about none of that culture shit with all that goddamn white gods and shit on both sides of the spectrum, though. You see what I'm saying? And that's really why motherfuckers don't. They know what they really aiming at is the Pan-African, the global African supremacists right here in America, because they the ones that's really cracking they. We cracking everybody. You see what I'm saying? Them over there, goddamn it, niggas here, niggas everywhere getting cracked. So really, this is the house that they really talking about. Because the nigga with the flip-flop is null and void. I'm sick of y'all niggas. You understand what I'm saying? Nigga, get your weight up. Straight up, man. Quit. You looking foolish. You see what I'm saying? You looking foolish. That's just like a little nigga. I'm not wasting my time on nothing like that. But y'all big, and you know what? I can nigga self-check that. That's self-check. You see what I'm saying? When you moving in the lane you supposed to be in. And so I know they owe us. You see, because when our ancestors left, they had property. They had wealth. You see what I'm saying? And though we may never know exactly who had what, we know what they had. They were not, you understand, lowly people. And a lot of people don't understand why we are significantly greater than a whole lot of nations around, black nations around the world, because they were stripping Africa of its elite. They didn't go over there and say, "Oh, give me." No, they just like when United States conquered Germany in during World War II, and when it was all over, and they had, you know what they took out? The scientists. They took out all the learned peoples in science and industry and brought them to America. They call it Operation Paperclip. You see, when you go into a nation and you conquer a nation, you don't go get the lowly motherfuckers. They end up in the ovens. That's where they go. They go in the oven. Them motherfuckers go to prison. But if you got skills, you become a part of the workforce of those people that conquered you. And so what they brought to the United States, which wasn't even the United States at that time, was a lot of skill and advanced minds. And they came over here and infused with the advanced minds that was already here. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the reason why you understand that Africa, for a while, you understand what I'm saying, was depleted. You see, they, you know, in their own mind and being in that low frequency for a lot of them at that time. You understand? Just to get somebody out the way, they say, you know, sell their ass off. But they were selling off the elite of other people that they had no respect for, that they conquered and sold them off. But they came to America. That's why when they got here, I mean, shit was already popping off anyway. You see what I'm saying? But, you know, when we start seeing some of that high technical knowledge, you see what I'm saying? A lot of people was coming out of that, you understand, out of that, you know, that Nile Valley region. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people was coming out of, you know, even Ghana, Mali, and Songhai. They was coming out of that area too. You see, coming over here. And so our people were some of the most elite and advanced minds coming up out of Africa. And that's why when we got over here, we became the new Egypt. You see what I'm saying? Black America is the new Egypt. There's nothing else you could compare. What you gonna compare? That's why Egypt is so profound. What else can you compare it to? When we dealing with architecture, what other nation can you compare? You know, the advanced, you know, minds that's dealing in architecture. You got to go to Egypt. There's no other nation that you can compare that science and technology, because no other nation was on that level. You see what I'm saying? No nation. You can't let niggas who You understand? They say black, but they worship white. They worship white. You see what I'm saying? Watch them. You see, they want to discard anything African. You see? They ain't even got nothing. Once you get the legalities together. Am I in the house? Let me make sure I'm in the house. Black Power, Ray, how we out there? Once we get the legalities together, you feel me? And that's out the way. Wait, what's the problem? You see? What's the problem? See, once we identify, yeah, once we identify, we in agreement with that. You see, when we talk about most Pan-Africanists, I know I'm about it. Global African Supremacy already done said we about, because every people on the planet got their own national identity. You see what I'm saying? And I mean, and so unfortunately, you see, ours was spent here in servitude. You understand, for servitude, and so we have to, you understand, to get our, if you're talking about reparation, if you're trying to get it, you understand what I'm saying? You have to, make some legal, standards so that we know who's supposed to be getting it, who not supposed to be getting it. That's necessary. I have no problem with that. You see, I have no problem people talking about, because they know when you go to their nation, you're not one of them. You can be African, but that don't mean you a Ghanaian or you Malian. You're not gonna be that. You're gonna be you African. You can come in, but you're not gonna get the rights of a citizen. That's any nation. That's any nation. So most definitely. So what the problem is that that's not the problem. You see what I'm saying? And even saying African is not the problem. That's not the problem, because the foundational clear that up. If you say foundational African American, that's going to render you the same legalities. You see what I'm saying? It's saying that you're the primary stock. You see, you're the primary stock of this nation. So that's not the issue. We in accord with that. So to all the FBAs, and then you got FNAs, Foundational Negro Americans, that's hiding. You understand? Because that's not the issue. We already said we agree with you on that. We agree with you. We should have our own national identity separate from anybody else. That's clear. You see, you understand what I'm saying? And that's clear. And so we should have that. We're about our people receiving reparations. We're about only those who were foundational African American. For those of y'all that want to be black, but you cannot hijack black, because black has always been synonymous with African. And you're not going to come in 2020 and think you're going to usurp black from everybody that has already used it synonymously with African. You're not going to hijack it. So you can go on and scoot your ass on. You see what I'm saying? The fact is, you just don't want to be African. It's not about the legality. It's not about the legality. We agree on that. You see what I'm saying? We agree that, reparations should be for us. Those of us that are foundational. We agree with that. And outside of, once we clarify that, what's the problem? You see? That's okay. That's okay. A lot of them don't. But see, but what that's a hypocrisy. What does Ethiopian mean? Burnt face. What does Sudanese mean? It means black. You understand? When you get to the root of it, that's the hypocrisy. But you got to understand the mental slavery of a motherfucker. A lot of motherfuckers over here say they black, but they worship white. So what the fuck is that mean? You see what I'm saying? You don't have no black divinity. So a nigga can say anything out of his mouth. He can say anything out of his mouth. Most of these niggas say they black, but they walking up and down the street with a white woman. You see, and vice versa. So what the fuck do that mean? They could put black and whatever the hell. Yeah, it don't make no difference. It don't make no difference. It don't make no difference what they might don't want to identify with. You see what I'm saying? Look at what happened to their ass. That don't mean, look what happened to their ass. Some of them will say they black. I done heard some of them say they're black. See, you keep acting like when one motherfucker say something that it's for everybody. I went to Ethiopia, and some of them do accept being black. Yes, they do. Okay, so you keep acting like you talking to. I don't have to just go to the internet. I've seen it for myself. Yeah, yeah. And how many niggas over here worship? How many niggas over here worship white? They might not say it, but that's what they is. So I mean, come on now. How many niggas over here got white Jesus? You keep telling me about some niggas over here. How many niggas over here got white Jesus? Can you tell me that? How many niggas when they open up their Bible got white Jesus? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? Okay. Z the Ripper. Z the Ripper. See, again, you got to be a boss, man. You got to be a boss. You got to be a boss. You can't talk to me like I'm one of these niggas. I done been there, nigga, and I was treated like a king. Straight up. So I don't know what you're talking about. You see what I'm saying? A motherfucker gonna treat you how you carry yourself. You understand what I'm saying? And everywhere I went, nigga, I was treated like a king. I keep telling y'all this. You see what I'm saying? Cause that's how I came. You see, you coming like what you see, and then yeah, look at your frequency. You see what I'm saying? Look at your frequency. When I was, like I say, when I was in Egypt, man, they was going to get the best for me. Man, when I come in the goddamn place, man, they was going back getting goddamn chairs made out of gold for me. You see what I'm saying? Ask me a question. Ask the question. If it's worth my time. It don't make no difference. They refer to me as brother. I don't know what the fuck. I say I'm black. You see what I'm saying? They might prefer to use their ethnic name. Maybe they do. Maybe they would like to use their ethnic name. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I understand what it means. I don't know. You have to get with me on another one, Jeremiah. You going a whole nother direction with that. Yeah, all due respect. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, they might want to be called. And so that's cool. That's all right. But they still say brother. So they see, so when we get to the root of it, you understand what I'm saying? You see, they say brother, sister. That's what they say. You know what I'm saying? So what does that mean? Yeah, I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker say. How do they treat you? Motherfuckers say brother, stab you in the goddamn back. What is you saying? Motherfuckers say brother, stab you in the goddamn back. So what? You had to get into how they treat you. So just because they might, because, you know, we the one coined that term. It's really a term that we coined. You see what I'm saying? We really coined that term. So, I mean, so when you say black, really, you understand what I'm saying? That's really us. You see what I'm saying? But we understand and acknowledge it as being synonymous with Africa. So I understand, you know, so they might not, everything in language don't mean the same as somebody else. You see what I'm saying? But they might have, but they still see you as a brother. They still, that's how they refer to me. They say, what's up, brother? That's what they say. So what the fuck? I'm not gonna get caught up in these semantics and shit, man. Y'all getting caught up in these motherfucking semantics. You see what I'm saying? God damn it, like I say, they treated me like motherfucking, because that's how I approach this thing. You see what I'm saying? You motherfuckers say whatever the fuck they want. You understand what I'm saying? When that motherfucking bag come out, you see what I'm saying? And sometimes that's just how you have to, you understand? When that motherfucking bag come out, motherfucker, you can go over there like the hyenas, and you know, that's just like goddamn the Lion King. When you got the hyenas and they over there, yeah, motherfucker, you see this bag, motherfucker, and let you know. You see, that's just the hyena nature. You know what I'm saying? But they know that when they see the you know, the power of motherfucker, they gone off into the shadow some damn way. You see what I'm saying? And I'm just saying across the board. You see, across the board. But, you know, again, we have to quit. You know, you have to judge motherfuckers individually. Do I invest in Africa? I invest in my community right here, which is investing in Africa. You see what I'm saying? That, yeah. And I did. I invested in Africa when I went to Africa. I invested with them. I spent a lot of money with them. You see what I'm saying? Yes. I spent a lot of money with them. You see, yes, I did. I made sure that I went wherever I could go, I spent money. Boom, boom, boom. Made motherfuckers happy. Yeah, so that's and that's what I mean about Pan-Africanism. A lot of people say, think it's all about moving. It ain't about just moving back to Africa. People in the Pan-African community treat Africa like Muslims treat Mecca or Jews treat Jerusalem. Every motherfucker that's a Muslim not trying to move to Mecca, but they want to get to Mecca, at least once or maybe twice or however many times, and go to the Holy Land and have, and pray and spend money and, you understand, get some things that they can't get here in America. So that's how most Pan-Africanists treat Pan-Africanism today. They see Africa as the Holy Land and they make pilgrimages. A lot of these people that's moving, and you have your right to move. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not telling nobody to move, but most people should know that even moving somewhere else, even in the United States, if you've never been there, yeah, unbiased Ron, you can get your ass up out of here. Because, you sound like a Neanderthal anyway. Because if you've been living around the goddamn Neanderthal, you in a third world country. Because we all know what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? You talking about a third world. Have you been to some of these cities? And you talking about the improv. You talking about, have you been to some of these cities? You fool. Yeah, I ain't gonna block you, but you talking greasy. You talking silly. You're talking about a third world country. Some of these countries didn't surpass the United States. Some of these goddamn cities are so goddamn backwards, so goddamn impoverished, so decadent. They done left a lot of these goddamn cities behind. The fuck is you talking about third? This is a third world country. Shit. And especially what the fuck people is thinking in a mental, in a mental capacity. You can give your opinion. I gave mine. You know what? I tell you what you need to do, I tell everybody, the brother Charlie Bow, his name is Charlie Bow 313 on YouTube. What he do, he go to all the hoods all around the United States. He been doing that shit for years. He like one of the #1 YouTube pages of guys going to all the hoods. And once you go on his page, tell me you ain't in a third world country, unbiased Ron. What other goddamn, look at that shit. Go on his page and tell me you ain't in a third world country. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, family, we're just getting started. Yeah, he got a powerful, yeah, Charlie Bo be doing it. Yeah, he been all over, man, and it's some fucked up shit wherever he went. Yeah, whatever it is, it's still no different, bruh. You understand again, before I get out of here, you can't go try to get the speck out of your brother's eye till you get the log out of your own eye. You got to get the log out of your own eye before you can get that speck out of your brother's eye. I'll be back, family. Make sure y'all get over there. Click on the Patreon. We just getting started for this evening. Click on Patreon, KingSeti.com. And the 24 hours, I'm going to update it to tonight. It should be all going into this holiday shit, man. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be off the goddamn chain. So get over there, check out that 24-hour live stream, and I'll be right black. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast. Daily liberation through African education and confrontation. Booyah, black power. He say he blind. Say that nigga need glasses like DMC. You're blind.